Melissa Jenkins, 135 Arnold Avenue. So let me see if I've got this straight. We've been asking for a resolution for the past year called No Guns in Schools. We've spoken in favor of this, we've called and written to you and to the local papers. And instead you offer us a resolution called More Guns in Schools, to install armed guards in every school. It's not an original idea. It was just endorsed a few days ago by Wayne LaPierre, the CEO of the NRA, who described it as the only thing that can be done to keep schools safe. He also refused to leave the stage until he uttered, "To stop a bad guy with a gun, it takes a good guy with a gun." The problem with this line of thinking is that it's wrong. We'd love to think that bad situations could be prevented if there was just a good guy on duty. A well-trained police officer, for example, like there was on February 14th at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, where 17 students and teachers were killed. The police officer was outside, of course. Armed guards were also on duty at Columbine in 1999, and there was a rush to increase their use after that incident because we reasoned that there weren't enough police on duty to be in the exact right place at the right time. So we continue to do this thing that doesn't work. In fact, school safety officers are not armed with automatic or semi-automatic weapons, so they're no match for a shooter that is. A shootout without hitting any students is unlikely. Even fully trained police officers hit their targets less than 50% of the time. But hey, we feel safer if they're there, right? Actually, no. Students do not feel safer having armed guards at their schools. I asked my nephews how they would feel about attending schools with armed guards, and JJ, who's a 12-year-old 7th grader, said, "Scared. It would make me feel like it's not safe to be there, and if it's not a safe place, why are you sending me?" Armed police are scary, not just to shooters, but to children. There's reason to be afraid. Students in schools with police officers are more likely to be criminalized for misbehavior. There are more arrests for low-level offenses like disorderly conduct when you place police in schools. Between 2011 and 2016, there were also 87 instances documented of officers using stun guns on children for a range of behaviors. As you might imagine, different demographic groups don't get arrested in equal numbers by school-based police. Black children, who represented 16% of school-aged children in 2012, were arrested at school 31% of the time. And these incidents leave lasting impressions. Students arrested at school are more likely to drop out, and they're more likely to be unemployed later. So putting police officers in schools is a page right out of the NRA playbook. It provides no documented increase in safety, and it has a significant downside of increased fearfulness in our children and criminalization of youth misbehavior with lasting consequences. This is not the right thing to do. The good guy with a gun myth is exactly that. It's a myth. It's a fairy tale told by Wayne LaPierre and the NRA so they can keep selling guns to anyone who wants to buy them. It's okay, we'll just install police with more guns to stop them. If we turn our schools into jails, everyone will be safe. The good guys with guns will outgun the bad guys with guns. The truth is that armed guards placed in schools over the past 20 years have not made schools safer. They have made them less safe. You need to stop listening to the NRA and start listening to the children, including my nephew JJ. He doesn't want to go to a school that feels like a prison. Thank you.